Theude. And for Mirrari, his rogue is out of there. And I'm not too surprised about this. I've heard a lot of talk. It's like the Touré rogue, so people are afraid of that. The Touré Miracle, which is Sprint, Alex Straza in a Miracle deck.
That's right.
Sometimes even Harrison. But anyways, it's going to be, it looks like, a Druid deck going up against Hunter.
Yeah, and I want to say that Theude, Mirrari banned Mage Theude. Usually in this tournament, Mirrari went to ban Warlock because usually it's like the worst deck for his lineup.
Yeah.
But since Theude doesn't have a Warlock, so he can actually make that move that ban the Mage that actually was so good in this tournament. Like Theude did so much work with it.
It's one of the hero decks of the tournament.
Definitely.
Really, I would say
Shaman,
Zoo, Shaman, and Mage are like the three really big winning decks. Like Trump, you killed so many people with Zoo, and then everyone's been killing with Shaman, and then of course a few of these players with these mid-range Mage decks, just crazy.
That's right. On to the first game. Theude has gotten the better of the bans, gets to have his Hunter go up against the Druid, a traditionally excellent matchup, and he's got a really quick start. No Undertaker, unfortunately, but hey, this is still pretty good.
And look at that.
The Hunter Smart Throw deck is pretty huge at the moment.
That's huge.
Certainly it is.
Hey, the Beast, that's actually fairly good if he manages to keep up the aggression.
That would be kind of crazy. We actually see the Beast come down and get some action. In fact, he even has Owl to silence it, so there's no think line. I don't think that's going to happen, but I just want to say that could happen because people don't think about that.
Right, one of the cards that I was really surprised that Theude was running is Stranglethorn Tiger, and I'm assuming he cut the Sludge Belchers for that, as I think he's also running Lotheb, so his 5 of choice appears to be the Tiger, which was a good choice before Belcher and Snake Trap became popular, but also Theude is running a really special kind of trap setup, only 2 freezing traps, no snakes.
Yeah,
definitely. And it was actually important to say that like what Tiger does in this matchup is that you don't really want to play for value. You want to be fast, and that's what Tiger is doing right now. Like you play turn 5, and you will be pretty sure that you will be able to attack and go through with it, which sometimes doesn't happen with anything else.
Yeah, speaking of fast, Hunter already has the opponent down at 15 and has 5 almost guaranteed damage staring down on him, unless Drew the Claw gets taunted. Looks like Mirrari fearlessly plays 2 Shade of Naxxramases. Yeah,
and that's 10 damage that can come through the next turn.
Yikes.
Oh, and an Emblem Companion. Like, that can be really big as well.
He has the choice of the Beast also.
So the question here is, like, do you go for Animal Companion? I like it, because if it's Leo, you can also float up with the Stone Tusk Boar if you need to. You want to passive up usually, definitely.
This isn't as bad as it could be getting this Misha, because he does have the Lotheb at 4 health.
That's right. In this case, any of the Animal Companions are excellent. Yeah, so it was win-win-win.
So I think he decides to go here with the Tiger for the face, in my opinion. There's no need to wait for something else. Like,
yeah, what is he waiting for? What's he considering? Like, perhaps by revealing it, then the opponent can kill it, but I think if you get one hit in with the Tiger, you're pretty happy.
Exactly, and actually, if he doesn't hit, it might actually be destroyed by Ragnaros, which can be really huge.
Yeah, like, why would he not attack? I mean, he has a taunt out already. I guess he's just, you know what he's counting up for possible lethal here. Yeah, you can see he's like going over the math left and right. But he's at 20 health, he has a taunt.
It's impressive that he's counting it up when his opponent's only at 7 mana. Like, opponent's got 3 cards. Is he really playing around Innervate, Savage Roar? Oh, just Savage Roar.
You play around Druid of the Call and Savage Roar. That's what you play around, right?
Yeah.
Wow, and a good call considering the opponent has him.
Definitely good call, definitely good call.
Would that have been lethal?
I actually think so.
6 plus 7 plus 5 plus 2. So that's 13, 15.
Like, since there was a Misha there, I think that would
have been because I already took that out, right? So that actually would have been lethal.
That's right. Theude stays alive with that play.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I didn't notice that at all. I was just assuming that he was fine there, but apparently not.
But still, when I look at this hand, I can't help but wonder, is it right to go for it anyways? Because in the case that you trade it off, you have no board, and how are you going to get the damage in?
That is true, yeah.
I mean, like, at this point, Hunter would must do a lot of stuff to get rid of this. Like, I think it's fine, like, not to do the Savage Roar right now, in my opinion. It's just fine.
Yeah, well, this guy's pretty much dead. Yeah. Like, even if he silences both of these, that's still 9 damage that he can see. And if his opponent doesn't have 4 damage in hand, I don't know what cards are in there, you know?
Exactly. And as a Theude right now, what would you do with the next, like, sorry, my voice is kind of from last after party yesterday.
Yeah, man.
My voice is kind of cracked up. But what deck are you going to go for right now at this moment?
Well, okay. Theude has a Druid of his own. His Hunter, of course, going away. He has Shaman, and that Shaman, I believe, is a more regular Shaman. And he has Warrior. So, like, he could go into the Mirror, or he could go Shaman, I guess.
I think Shaman is a good choice, definitely.
Yeah, I
That's probably
agree.
what's going to actually happen.
The thing is, Mirrari has, like, a nice control pre, so if he picks Shaman, it's only getting 1 win.
On the other hand, like, if Druid gets the Wild Grow Innervate early on, like, and there's a Wild Grow,
Oof.
I mean, and actually, with a Spectral Knight and Wild Grow, I think Theude is going to have a really bad time.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
Anyways, if I hadn't seen the opening hands, about 55% for the Shaman. After
Okay.
seeing this, I'd say the Druid is favored.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That sounds fair.
The turn 4 Spectral Knight, like, I mean turn 3 actually, right? Because it's
Oh man, Innervate.
ooh. You can actually next turn
Huh,
be
something worth
greedy.
considering would have
Yeah.
been Coin
Yeah.
Wild Growth.
Wild Grow, because he could go turn 2 Innervate Spectral Knight, and that's something.
But this way he can go, like, Spectral Knight into Lotheb, right the turn out through. Otherwise, he would have, like, kind of a weird-looking turn 4.
That's true. Picks up another 5. Theude here. Got to go with the Feral Spirits on curve.
looking like it's not bad beginning. It's like one of the best you can actually ask for. So the Shaman start isn't really bad, but I mean the Wild Grow Innervate is in the opening hand of Mirrari, and that's gonna be troubles in the future, and we'll see it pretty soon. I mean, on the other hand, like if he gets a Flame Tank Totem,
Yeah.
that can be taken care of really easily. But that's not it.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Probably will have to. Well, I guess he can wait for it to attack into him and then use
That's
the
right.
Rock Biter afterwards.
Exactly. You can use the Rock Biter next turn. Might as well just put him in the Nerubian Egg now. And you can actually use the Rock Biter weapon on the Nerubian Egg next turn. And you can get it 4/4 on board as well.
That's right. Great to play the slower card now. Jid's got the choice of Lotheb or Druid of the Claw.
Yeah, Lotheb actually prevents a Rock Biter from coming out, so that's definitely going to make it a bit annoying for him. He's going to get way more value out of that card than he would have otherwise.
That's right. That's actually a snap decision to make the Lotheb, man.
Yeah.
He's looking at the board. He sees 3 damage. The only thing that could potentially wreck him is the Flame Tongue Totem, but no Flame Tongue Totem here.
Yeah. I mean, like, at that point, Mirrari probably knows that there is no Flame Tank Totem in his hand because he would already played earlier.
That's right.
And this means that he can play without thinking that Flame Tank Totem is there somewhere. Just go snap there.
Shaman forced to go to the face as a result.
Well, at least he has that Mana Tide Totem behind the taunt for this moment. We'll see if it actually ends up living, but does draw into another egg. A couple lightning, or no, just one lightning storm
swipe.
and the other Fail Spirit.
And that swipe is actually pretty nice.
Wow, that was
I'm
a
not
really fast use of the swipe.
really
Usually.
sure, actually, this is a correct play.
Right.
Like, actually, in my opinion, what should have happened was maybe popping the spiders as well. Like, you maybe... I don't know. In that case, I guess you cannot kill the Mana Tide. I guess it's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
you could have attacked the Feral Spirits, then attacked the Spiders, and then swipe the... Yeah, attack the Spiders and swipe the Mana Tide, I guess. But
So there's
Eh.
a Doomhammer pickup. That's a pretty big one.
yeah, and I mean, he has Rock Biter. You could actually just remove both these minions. It costs a lot of life, but they're going to deal a lot of damage to him anyways.
Exactly. Like, I mean, you have to get rid of those minions anyway, and might as well like take them now, because if you don't, like, there's actually probably possible huge damage from Mirrari with Innervate, Force of Nature, Savage, or if he comes up to that, you know.
That's right. Looks like he's thinking about
If
the...
he rolls high on 1, this is
Right.
fantastic.
So definitely.
It feels like he needs to roll
He-
high on... okay,
both,
right.
on both.
Yeah,
He needs to roll high on just one of them.
yeah.
And
You
that's
can
all
just
right.
activate that egg. Pretty nice, especially since the swipe was just used. You don't like this would be a sick board to swipe, but you know, is he going to have both?
Exactly. So what Mirrari is gonna play right now? We see that he's drawing Keeper of the Grove. Nothing really interesting, to be honest. You can maybe go for like Keeper of the Grove red. I like this more. You get some board presence, and you already seen Rock Biter weapon to be gone. I don't.
We'll take out that Thalnos. Yeah, the Doomhammer, expecting to be played this turn. Even though that will delay that Fire Elemental even another turn.
Huh, gets out an
that's
extra
really
2/3
annoying.
for the Savage Roar.
Yeah, makes sense. Savage Roar, some stuff.
Ooh, another Lightning Storm. He drew the Fire Elemental, would have been good. Overloaded, though. He could play the Doomhammer and then get overloaded, too, and play the Fire Elemental next turn.
The Fire Elemental can't come out next turn, though. The Doomhammer's overload 3, so it'll be at 5 again.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a little bit painful if you have to wait that long to play him. So what do you think about like maybe developing the egg and like playing the Lightning Storm or something like that? Because you could actually remove both his minions.
I
with
thought it
Lightning
was
Storm.
wrong for a moment. No, Overload 2 on the Doomhammer.
Oh.
Earth Elemental, Overload 3.
Yeah,
Oh.
you will be able
I'm
to play
silly.
the Fire Elemental next
Yeah,
time.
yeah. That's actually much better than I like that.
I mean, you could also play like Nerbian Egg Feral Spirits, because as you already said, like
Yeah.
one swipe was played. And usually Druid doesn't have a good way to deal with a lot of minions. So there's a big possibility those Feral Spirits will live for some time.
As a
I
shaman,
like this better though. I like this
great
much,
to
much
clear the
better.
board.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
No Savage Roar for you.
still above that combo range, so that's good. But he's got to be careful about hitting too many more minions in the face here, or he's going to fall into the, well, I die if I don't have a taunt area.
That's right, Mirrari digging for cards, using those rats to draw cards. You need something good to play, and he's got the Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti is actually really good at this moment because there's not going to be an easy way to get rid of the Yeti. He will probably have to attack with a weapon to actually get rid of it. And yeah, that's actually painful because now you're in a range of 14 HP.
Yeah,
Ooh, another Rockbiter weapon.
that's a bit rough.
Looks
But, I
like
mean, you obviously do want to play the Fire Elemental.
the most efficient way to do this is Fire Elemental and then hit the Yeti and hit the face. But of course, that
can
puts you
play that.
in the combo range.
I think
Yeah.
like there's no possible actually way to do this because, as I already said, Theude was practicing with Mirrari a lot, and they know each other decks. And Theude knows that Mirrari plays double combo,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So-
he can kill it with the Rockbiter and put up 2 taunts with the Feral Spirit,
Yeah,
though.
that's better.
The Overload is still good to play the
What do you
Fire
think
Elemental
about
next.
like just going to face with this axe next turn because he'll probably hit into one of your 2/3s, use the Fire Elemental to clean him up, and then you can use Rockbiter for the huge burst the turn after.
The thing
maybe that
is,
turn.
Rockbiter can kill that right now, and
Yeah.
that's like a temporary thing that it can do. So I anticipate he's going to clear
Yeah.
that. Since he doesn't have enough to set up for lethal next turn, the opponent would be at 11, and then that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, but one of the wolves would be dead, so only 9.
Okay. So Ancient of Lore is actually huge here because you needed those cards. You needed that Force of Nature.
Black Knight pickup for a wolf.
Might be good. And
Wow.
yeah, Shade is actually pretty
Okay.
big as well.
Looks like he's setting up to Keeper of the Grove and Black
Yeah.
Knight next turn.
Indeed. I think that kind of broadcast hitting that in the face.
But on the other hand, like Theude has some damage as well, right? Like he has his weapon, like 4
Man.
charges of weapon, so
Huh.
that's 8
He's
damage.
counting
right
it
there.
up. He's
Yeah.
like
And
2,
Flame
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, but 1 mana short.
Exactly. 1 mana too short.
Yep.
Use the Fire Elemental perhaps here?
Yeah, use the Weakened Wolf and the Fire Elemental. He's got
Then you definitely go with a weapon to face everything.
Yeah.
so Mirrari going to need to find some way to clear this board. Really tough for a Druid though, especially with that hand.
Yeah, I mean, also, like since the middle of the game, it already kind of looked grim for him because, like, problem with this is that if Shaman has cards that he had throughout the whole game, right? There's not much Druid can do because the removal is not really great, and yeah, I think this is gonna be the game.
Yeah, it does look like it. See what he draws. Nah, that's a dud.
Okay, so what is Mirrari gonna pick for the next match? I think.
I mean, he's just considering his options. He can Black Knight and then hero ability to go up to 10, but that's dead to the board.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Should be seeing a GG here in just a second. Well, okay, so the Shaman did pick up that victory, which is nice.
That's right.
And, you know, Mirrari, I would be very surprised if he didn't go into the Priest, but Trump, you looked just a little bit skeptical when I was saying the Priest. I don't know if you were or not, but...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Priest is definitely the pick here.
Yeah, okay.
100%. Like, it seems like we're going to the game, right? And we see that there's a handlock warrior, like, for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a priest that he's going to pick up this turn. I like to keep the silence here for the egg and stuff like that, just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Wow, early silence, yeah. Unfortunately, no pickup of something like a Pyromancer, or a Cleric, but hey, alright.
Cabal Shadow Priest is gonna be really useful in the future. Dark Cult is pretty good to like 3-drop. Probably one of the best 3-drops in the game.
Yep.
So good stuff for both the players, because actually Nerubian Ag is pretty good as well if you get to play the Rogue Biter weapon with it. If like maybe Mirrari doesn't decide to silence it.
I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't. Like, I guess something like a Flame Tongue Totem is very good to silence if it's behind a taunt or something too. But that's I've seen so many people lose games because they refuse to silence the early egg.
Oh, it draws a Pyromancer and actually has a choice there.
Play the Pyromancer.
Saving the coin for the Pyromancer and the Dark, and doesn't have to coin out the Dark Cultist right yet.
I'm kind of actually not sure if I agree with this play, because in my opinion you have already Powered Shield in your hand, and you have coin with it.
Yeah.
So maybe you rather actually keep the power, keep the Pyromancer in him for the future. Maybe it's a slight misplay in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it definitely looks like it with this Thalnos coming down, because then you can just Earth Shock it right away, and yeah, that is definitely something you can use to clear in so many different ways, both with the Powered Shield and coin, like you were saying, but also even when the Wolves come out and the Totem comes out, with a Holy Nova, it's fantastic as well.
Definitely.
Oh, well, I'm okay with it because, one, I love saving the coin, and two, look at the Priest's hand. He doesn't have a 4-drop. With the coin, you can make the Belcher a 5-drop, or a 4-drop.
And also, on the other hand, like he already spent the Earthshock, right? So Belcher is going to be much more safer right now. That's pretty good too.
All right.
clear
Theude with
this
a
out?
Rock Biter. Yeah, it's pretty good to clear that while there's nothing else out. His choices are pretty limited. Either Flame Tongue Totem and trade them both in and get a totem, or Rock Biter and get a totem.
I actually kind of like the Rogue Biter. Also, you will draw a card, right? So you might actually get something better to play rather than the Totem. And the Totem, to make it up, you're going to have some future stuff to do as well. So that seems like he's going to do.
I do agree with that, rather than the totem.
So what he draws? Second Fire Elemental.
Okay.
That's really exciting.
It's a really heavy hand.
Well, let's see what we get in this Priest hand. Probably going to be coining out that Belcher.
Yeah, he's already...
Oh, Belcher number 2. That's really good.
That's actually really good. And that follow-up after is Cabal Shadow Priest, which is gonna be stealing.
This has been a very solid game so far for Mirrari. You know, this Priest-Sec, of course, just all killed in that round of 8, so...
Yeah, that was really impressive, especially that game against the Miracle Priest. I managed to hold that out.
Now, I heard someone say that they like to sometimes hex a coined-out Belcher. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's completely reasonable if you didn't already have the tools out here to deal with this thing already. In fact, I was even tempted to play the Hex anyways.
Yeah,
I
well,
would
if you
still
hex,
play
you
it.
would still build a totem and still kill that off, and then the next turn you could even throw down the Flame Tongue as well.
That's true.
But
At the same time, getting the Flame Tongue Totem out now prevents the turn 6 Cabal Shadow Priest, which I imagine he's running 2 of.
Does it actually? I mean...
It gets some use out of it before it's gone, I should say.
And I'm actually not sure if I like this play again from Mirrari, because what he could have actually just done was kill the totem, because it was just 1-1, right? And he could have played his own Belcher, and he was actually kind of safe, like against anything, right? He seen that he...
Yeah, it's just like a Flame Tongue on the board alone.
Yeah, and you can like steal the Flame Tongue next turn with your Cabal Shadow Priest. So...
Well, I mean, the totem he rolled was a 1-1, which is unfortunate on his side. He even traded off the other totem first so that he had a 75% chance of getting something that couldn't just be killed with the ooze.
Well, right now, another Belcher is out.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that a turn 6, turn 7 Fire Elemental would be strong, but the Priest had an advantage going into these turns.
But on the other hand, like, actually, this is kind of looking well for Theude, in my opinion. Like, usually this matchup is kind of more one-sided. And even though Mirrari has already circled, so all he needs is Alkanai, right? But, I mean, this is actually looking pretty good for him, for Theude.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, it's definitely not looking as bad as I'm used to seeing Priest versus Shaman look, that's for sure.
That's definitely...
Do you like the Hex Lightning Storm, or do you like just going into the Belcher with this guy?
Well, here's the dilemma he's faced with. Lightning Storm is overkill on a 1-2 and a 0-1.
Yeah.
If he wants to Hex, he'll definitely play an Egg and a Totem with it. The dilemma of just playing the Fire Elemental on curve is that you only hit an Ooze. So a Hex, Nubian... Oh, wow, he's going the Lightning Storm.
All right. Well, I guess he gets to go to face with it.
He does, and he manages to overload for, I mean, just enough to play the Fire Elemental next turn, but I'm not a fan of using the Lightning Storm for just a 1-2 and a 1-1.
Yeah. But, you know, this version of Priest doesn't have, like, that many targets for that Lightning Storm to hit, and...
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe if it was like Undertaker version of Priest, like you will like to keep your Lightning Storm for bigger board. But as already you said, like it's really like the control-ish version, maybe more, and you will not get much more use of it anyways. Like, I think it's fine.
Yep. Fire Elemental, if it's played now, it has to go for the face, which isn't really what you want to do with Fire Elemental.
Yeah. You know, I think he would be a little bit scared about activating this egg as well, by the way, just because he hasn't seen a Cabal Shadow Priest yet. If you activate that egg for him and he steals it, that's going to be the worst thing that could ever happen.
Very true.
That's where the game swings right back around.
On the other hand, like, do you play Harrison Jones or do you just keep Harrison Jones for Told Steeled?
If he thought Seals a Doomhammer and you lose because you played a Harrison Jones that was reasonable to play at the time, I feel really, really bad for you. You don't deserve that.
You don't deserve it. Nobody deserves that.
Nobody deseres that.
Oh, man.
All right, looks like he's going for the Value Hero ability instead. And we'll play Defender Vargas. That's all right.
We're going to see a steal on this totem. Or would you see it on the Defender?
The Defender. Well,
I actually think on a totem.
Yeah, that actually makes sense because he doesn't have anything to one-shot the totem.
Yeah, and this is also the tech that Mirrari plays. Nobody really plays the Shadow Word Pain. He loves that because it actually makes this matchup much, much better against like the freeze mage and stuff like that.
And those annoying early Undertakers.
Well, I imagine that we are going to see this
Fire Elemental
kill that totem. But do you want to trade into the 4-5, or do you want to just go to face with this?
That's what we see the frantic mouse moving right now. He's like going for he's looking at the practice swing for the 4-5, practice swing into the priest. Since the priest didn't have any way to deal with the 7, the Fire Elemental, you kind of get the feeling that he can't deal with it with a spell. So perhaps you're free to do the free 7 damage to him. Oh, going with the Nubian Egg, it buffs that. And there was a Cabal Shadow Priest play, so he's like, I don't have to play around that anymore. Unfortunately for him, it's not quite over.
Second one is coming. And I really wonder what he's decided to do. If
I think he is going to go to face. I think what Trump said was really smart there.
Exactly. So the question here is...
It's Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I was maybe thinking about it, maybe like, in what side? No, it's Undertaker. So, as we already said, like the damage to face wasn't punished from Mirrari. So it was a really good call from Theude to actually do those 7 damage. And it might be really important right now because both of those pairs don't have many cards, so maybe actually the monsters that are already on board will actually have to battle out the whole series, like the whole game right now. So those 7 damage might be coming into play pretty soon.
Another 6 damage coming in from, well, actually, it's not quite simple. He, once again, he has to consider this. Like right now, he can kill that without having it die. Clearly, the priest doesn't have single target removal for this, but you might have this AoE Holy Nova, for example.
If he does do that, it does activate the egg.
It does.
Which is something to consider.
Maybe he'll go for the Undertaker.
I think going face is correct here. You have the board, you don't have cards in hand.
They're kind of all in here, and Arknight Soul Priest would be the big draw. Oh, Shadow Madness.
Shadow Madness is interesting. I mean...
The only target for it right now is a Wolf, but that looks good enough. Wolf and Undertaker into Harrison, perhaps.
Yeah. And you can maybe...
He could have stolen the spell power to 3 spell power.
I think actually maybe Holy Nova as well, right?
I know, Artos, I kind of like that.
It's kind of neat because it kills both the wolves like that, and then you can just kind of clear everything. But he would get the spell power back, of course, and he would have a Nerubian up, so I'm not sure if it's like... Well, no, I guess you could clear the Nerubian as well. But then you have to leave either... Yeah, no, you'd rather kill the Harrison.
Harrison Jones is up.
Yeah.
Worth considering, though. Worth mentioning that these 2 players are playing at an extremely rapid pace, perhaps because they are friends and have practiced a lot together.
Yeah. Maybe that makes it kind of a more comfortable match. You don't have to think out every move so much. You're used to this.
So Hex is kind of good pickup, but you don't really want to Hex Midcap Shadow Priest.
That's right.
He knows that he plays like.
He wanted a
Sylvanas.
healing totem right there. So badly.
Oh my god, that would be so huge actually.
Yeah.
Ooh, but there's a Northshire Cleric out, so that would be like a card tax if you were to get the North.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
were to
that's
get
true.
killed.
That's true. I was more thinking it just lives through the Northshire running into it, but I think you just go to face here, to be honest.
Right, but here's the tough choice afterwards on whether or not you hex this 4/5. And also there's a further problem, because if you leave the Northshire Cleric up and the totem you rolled is a 1/1, then you can attack it and heal.
Yeah.
In
It's a tough
fact,
choice.
it's
It's a definitely
even
tough
worse
choice.
than that, because there's a circle. There's Circle of Healing and Holy Nova. Like, little does Theude know that if he leaves this Northshire Cleric up, he could draw a lot of cards. All right, goes for the face, which is a completely legitimate choice. Chooses to save the hex, which is good because the opponent is holding Sylvanas. Oh, man.
Even more heal.
So right now, this is an easy at least 2 draw.
So the Injured Playmaster is gonna come into the play like 100%. Like there's no question there. I think he's attack probably the 1/1 after that. Then you draw 2 cards.
Oh, is he actually just going to do it like this? Like,
Well, you have to consider out the entire turn. Like, I was figuring the 4/5 goes into 6/5 and then Holy Nova, but the problem is you get the Nerubian.
yeah.
So to some extent, you can't really use Holy Nova.
Oh my god!
Wow.
What a top!
That's a draw right there.
That's
wonder-
something he really needed. I
Wow.
mean-
Just switch right back into his favor there.
True. I wonder what he was going for, though, because if that was...
He has
must have had
Shadow
a-
or Death plus Holy Fire, and both
Yeah.
of those would have been reasonable.
I mean,
at
I figure
least.
he must have had another play, though, because why did he use the Northshire Cleric and not get that under the Circle of Healing?
Definitely. And what he really needs here is a Tone Totem.
Maybe he was going to run the 4/5 and the 1/3 into the 6/5.
Yeah, that was probably the alternative play.
Yeah.
Oh, this Stone Totem is, by the way, huge because it actually makes that if he hexes the 4/7 here, my voice again.
Yeah.
The 4/5 will actually not be able to kill the Azure Drake, which is pretty big here because he needs
Right.
those. He needs those minions.
And that's a big target to hex. That's like the best target other than Sylvanas.
Yeah, indeed.
That is both hexes down, and he's going to have some trouble dealing with Sylvanas. Holy Nova continues to be a problem. Shadow or Death, not useful right now. He's going to go fishing, try to deal with the Taunt Totem so that the 4/5 can go into the 4/4.
I have no time for games.
Doesn't quite get something for it.
I mean, it's not the
Thought
worst,
feels pretty good.
but yeah, definitely feels pretty good.
Shaman running out of steam here.
How do you deal with this? Yeah, this is pretty rough. He still has 1 Earth Shock, right? So that's his last silence.
He still has 1 Rock Biter, if I'm correct, and probably. Hey, do you have?
Yeah, he has 1 Rock Biter till.
So maybe what you try to do here is like prepare for some crazy Alakir, but you still need to do some damage through first, and we see that it's gonna be hard to do at this moment.
Luckily for him, he actually still has a ridiculous amount of life for how late this
Right.
is in the game. So
Exactly.
he actually has a couple turns.
He does have a couple turns, but you look at this Priest sport, and
Yeah.
you start to see why Priest is favored in this matchup. Like, Zoo gets to do 2 mana, draw a card, but you lose life. And here, the Priest can do 2 mana and actually benefit the board and draw a card, and he's got enough cards. Right now, he's taking control of this game.
Yeah, activates the egg here.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, you can deal with this at this point. Might as well just kill it. Prepare for the worst in the future. I'm actually not sure, like... No, yeah, I think you actually don't attack the Harvest Golem. No point there.
Yep, heals that out of Harvest Golem
Oh
range.
my god, the Circle of Healing!
Oh, wow.
Game over!
Well, that's that.
I think this pretty much seals the deal.
You know, Theude actually fought very well this game. Like he had,
Yeah, no, not so
that looked
fast.
good as far as Shaman is, but
If it's the Rock Biter, then he can get the opponent down to 2. Alakir would do 12 damage plus 2, but he doesn't.
Yeah. And at this point, like, all you have to do is, like, go face, face, and hope some
like a
miracle
Rock Biter
happens.
draw is pretty
Oh,
darn
wow,
good.
he's almost out of cards.
Wow, that's how many cards he's drawn this game. How many cards are actually in the Shaman deck? He just highlighted, but I just missed it.
I would say like 12 maybe.
Yeah, that is
15.
funny. Oh my god. It can't be that much. He hasn't drawn that many cards, has he?
I don't know. I actually have no idea, to be honest, at this point. And you can also see, like, Mirrari is just killing the cleric because it actually hurt him much more than actually would help him.
Yeah, when I saw him play the Holy Nova, I like glanced up. I'm like, oh my god, no, you're gonna deck yourself.
Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate because if you play the Feral Spirit, then you can't do anything with the Alakir. Of course, at this point, Theude is like, I'm dead.
Pretty
That's
much.
18 points on the board.
Yep.
And that actually means if he plays Alakir, you can just mind control it and kill your opponent with it.
Yeah.
next turn, so.
Stalin.
But
Another reason why this matchup is so good is because your 4-mana Shadow Madness gets Alakir.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. Oh my
Side
god.
That's
bonus.
true.
Oh. Okay, so Taunt Totem is something.
Oh man, Taunt Totem pass.
Best totem.
Best totem for him at the moment,
Yeah.
like 100%. Like he saves at least 2 HP with a passive.
He's thinking, what is the luckiest draw I could get? Rock Biter. That'll deal 12.
Yeah,
That's-
but if he gets Rock Biter, that means that he can't play the Feral Spirits this turn.
Yep.
So I mean, even that is out of the way, kinda.
What is he looking for if he plays Feral Spirits? What is the next draw that can actually do him good?
Maybe like Lightning Storm with
With a spell power
Spell
totem?
Power Totem.
With high rolls?
Yeah.
we're
not
stretching.
not even high rolls actually help. I mean,
Oh man.
Oh.
this is just rough. Like you can even mind control this because what are you gonna doesn't really matter.
I mean,
at
I
this
like the
point.
mind control and the taunt. He's like, oh, well, if you do somehow have Alakir and some miracle next 2 draws, you have to get through the taunt, too. So the perfect Shaman hand needs, like, 3 cards to win, and the Priest just denied, like, one of those cards.
Definitely. So we'll see the Alakir here. I wouldn't even be surprised if you'll see. No. Yeah. Is this enough damage on board? Yeah, it is. Right.
Yeah.
Whoa, with the 1 fatigue. Actually, maybe that was lethal if he didn't steal the taunt. If he drew
Yeah,
Rock
if
Biter.
he
If he
Rock
and
Biter.
if he wasn't overloaded.
And that.
Yeah. And okay.
It's a lot of ifs.
What if it's? So I mean, Lotep seals the deal as well, right? So now
Yep.
even if you.
Hey, these are great cards to draw in the first 2 turns.
All right, so that is going to be it for game number 2. A Priest deck taking down yet another victim.
Yeah, it wasn't really surprising because, as we already said, like the Priest is one of the best counters to Sham.
I mean, Druid is the natural counter anyways. Oh, he goes with the Warrior, though.
Yeah. I mean, the Warrior is gonna have a really bad matchup, kind of to handlock, in my opinion. Anyway, but it has chances to win.
Yeah.
Like if you get your removal early on, like you can defeat.
And I feel like this matchup against Control Priest is normally about 50-50. You know, the Thought Steals definitely can
Right.
impact that. And,
Definitely.
you know, maybe he gets like a really good Cabal on you. But overall, I feel like it's pretty even.
Yeah, and I actually really like Warrior here because of the armor.
Yeah.
Because this matchup usually goes to fatigue,
Yeah.
and that means that Priest cannot overheal than more than 30, right? But Warrior can have 60 HP with his armor. It
Yeah.
feels like that.
We're in it for the long haul, guys.
Exactly. So, I mean, if this goes to fatigue, I think Warrior has an edge to actually win this game.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And, you know, especially since you normally do have
man.
things like an Alex Strauzer, you
Priest
could
has
play
picked
that
up-
at the end of the game as well to mess that
The
up.
Priest has picked up Circle of Healing. That's really big. Next turn, we
Oh, wow.
has the potential to do Northshire Cleric, Injured Blade Master, Circle of Healing, especially if that minion had survived. But luckily, Warrior with a perfect answer in Coin.
And
Death
the
Edge.
Death Row, yeah.
Would you still play this Northshire?
I think it's still good.
Yeah, I think so.
Get a 4/7 out.
And
draw
we
a card.
don't have an Execute yet in his opponent's hand, so this Injured Blade Master could be very annoying.
Might get some value. But on the other hand, like, there's still... Yeah, only 1 draw. Okay. So...
Ooh.
If not, you can always Taskmaster your Armor Smith and just kill it with your weapon and your Armor Smith. It's not the greatest, but it's actually pretty okay as well.
Yeah, that will draw his opponent another card though. So
Right.
that's
I
a
have
little
to
bit
imagine
annoying.
he's thinking seriously about just killing the cleric, and you can do that with cool Taskmaster on this Armor Smith. Have everything live.
Oh yeah, I actually quite like that. That seems pretty good because then to prevent his Blade Master from dying, he actually has to attack into it and then heal up. So that's that uses 2 mana on turn 5, which that's like a Sludge Belcher turn or something like that.
Right. Looks like he instead is the other play, which is the consideration, is to Taskmaster your guy and then clear the Blade Master. That shows a little bit of disrespect towards the cleric, but I mean, hey, that's a pretty big minion. Oh, he can kill them both. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why not
Oh.
get the best of both worlds?
Wow, and he actually doesn't have to lose this as well. I just completely missed that.
Yeah, and that's actually also really great, but because if you know this matchup a little bit, you know that Whirlwind is going to be totally useless against
Yeah.
Priest.
Right.
So might as well actually get some value of it.
Yeah, that was really great.
And it was really smart from Theude. I mean,
I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think this
Shield
is gonna
slam
be, yeah, probably
Yep.
shield slam. Just get rid of the way. Just get get Belcher out of the way, and
Yeah, and you're
Just
going to
go
go up
for
to
it.
like 6 armor, and yeah, it's all good.
it's all good.
I know part of me was tempted to play the Sludge Belcher since you've got the Black Knight coming up, which you can just put on
that's
that.
true. That's true.
Yeah, I think actually both of those plays were. I was actually thinking about it as well, because that means that Sludge Belcher might not even attack to another Sludge Belcher, right?
Oh
Yeah.
man, we got the
And-
steals. Oh, Shield Slam and Sylvanas though. So-
I'm actually always surprised how often Priest gets to use Shield Slam between the Arcanized and the Second Thought Steal.
That's right.
I mean, you could always Cabal Shadow Priest the Armor Smith,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And
or
get that-
even steal it with the Shadow Paint or Shadow Madness.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Thought Steal, Shield Block. There's all kinds of options.
Yeah, it's easy, in fact.
And by
What
the
are
way,
you talking about, right? It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, this-
Happens every day.
this particular priest has a much more favorable matchup against Warrior than Death Rattle Priest because of those 2 Thought Steals. You
Yeah,
can actually
yeah.
compete with them in the late game.
For sure, that's true.
Alright,
He does have that
Sylvanas.
double Sylvanas. That's actually really annoying for Warrior as well. Most Warriors only play up to 1 Silence, so probably going to get some sort of value out of that. But
Yeah, it's actually really annoying.
you actually can just give him like the slime, I guess.
Yes, yeah, Slime or Armor Smith. Or
Oh, that's dangerous.
you can
Yeah.
go, wow. Like, if he wants to do that,
Ooh,
that's dangerous.
yeah. Like what are the good pieces of this? I'm actually
I mean, because if you look at Mirrari's hand, right, he can Wild Pyro, Thought Steal, get rid of the minions, and then actually
Oh, wow. You're right.
for death his Sylvanas.
yeah. Why would you?
Ooh.
I don't know why you would do this as the Warrior player.
Well, I'll tell you the theory from the Warriors
Okay.
side. So the hopeful side is you have your second Sylvanas. So if their Sylvanas dies and your Sylvanas dies at the same time, for example, due to Brawl, then, which he has in his hand, which is probably what his setup is, then like they steal a card, you steal a card.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's all good.
So as long as your
Unfortunately-
Sylvanas doesn't survive, you're good.
And we
Whoa.
see what I said,
Oh,
actually.
Shield Slam is being used. 0 damage.
It deals the job, right? It does
Oh.
the job. And I actually think he misplayed here.
No,
No, it
it's
doesn't.
still good.
It
It's
doesn't
still
matter.
good.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, didn't he want it to die though?
Whoa.
I think that was a misplay
That-
there. Like,
No, that was horrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
he steals
my
now.
goodness.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
huge misplay because
wow.
Mirrari could have actually stole the second Sylvanas from Theude.
Oh my
Well,
god.
instead of the priest having 2 Sylvanas, we're gonna have the warrior.
Yeah, and he
with
gets
2
it back up to
Sylvanas.
full health too
Oh
because this
my
came out
God.
before his Sylvanas.
Oh, and you can
Oh,
see on
wow.
his face, he just realized what he did.
Oh my god.
He was like, oh my god.
No
what
one's
I did.
even going to remember what I did to Sylvanas after this.
Yeah.
This reminds me of something Colento once said. The wise Colento. You've traveled all this way to play a tournament, and you're in the quarterfinals, and you're playing this fast. Why are you doing
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And that is why I rope every turn.
Wow. And actually, the Sylvanas got buffed as well.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
This
What a
is
disaster.
just that is the
So-
most brutal thing. No,
No, I think this might just single-handedly lose the game to for Mirrari.
wow.
Like, how do you deal with double Sylvanas on board?
well, you
as
can
Reese?
put your Sylvanas down and
Oh boy.
well, I guess you can Shadow Word Death one and put yours down, like something like that. Or
Wait,
Shadow Word
It's
Death
a
your
Sylvanas
own.
party.
You can just Shadow Word Death Zone. It's the same thing. In fact, it's
No, there's no point.
It's actually
Oh.
better not to.
Yeah, you're right.
it's
Right now, this
That's
setup
actually
is
really
pretty
nice.
good for the
Yeah,
priest.
it's actually better for priest to not to.
What happens in a brawl here, guys? Someone math that out.
Okay.
Oh.
If the brawl were to happen, then the priest would end up with a Sylvanas. Because both of these Sylvanas came up before that Sylvanas.
Yeah, but it matters which one lives as well. If his lives, he does
No,
not.
it doesn't. Yeah, actually, if his lives, yeah.
Right, then, no, but then he still has the Sylvanas. So basically, priest ends up with a Sylvanas no matter what.
No. If his
No.
lives, warrior
Then-
will steal the Sylvanas.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay.
So yeah, 66.
God, this game is so weird.
This is actually a huge misplay from her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
Now the good news, at least, is that Mirrari can use his... Actually, here's something Mirrari can do. He can heal the opponent's Sylvanas and then send his Sylvanas into the opponent's Sylvanas.
And he
then
just
gets
uses...
the
He
Sylvanas.
got the axe, so he can actually kill the Acolyte. Okay, he's going to fill this board up. That's
right.
smart.
All right, he's got to heal the opponent's Sylvanas and then send Sylvanas. No, he doesn't have to because of this. He can also hope to get lucky and just send Sylvanas and Sylvanas and then try to get a Sylvanas.
I mean, like you're gonna have. Like if you heal the Sylvanas, you're gonna have 66% chance that he will
oh
steal one.
boy, which one?
Why would you ever run into that one? You want to steal... Oh, wait.
that's-
So it doesn't get executed, I guess?
Yeah, so
yes,
it's
that
not
makes
gonna
sense.
execute it.
Okay.
Okay, so he wants some. Okay,
good
Belcher's
job.
good. Belcher's good.
Okay, so
still in this.
Mirrari actually somehow crawls out of the gutter after that crazy play that he did. Good on him for that, because that
Yeah.
was like a scary situation for a bit.
Like to have double Sylvanas against you on the board, I mean.
So apparently it's better to have less Sylvanas.
That's
if you
right.
both only have Sylvanas out. If he has 3,
That's
you
true.
want only 2.
Yep.
Something like that.
Oh man. So
1 Sylvanas is better than 2. 2's a crowd.
Sylvanas party, right?
All right, Warrior in an awkward spot. Has no good plays this turn.
Yeah, is he going to attack into this and then brawl and execute if he steals his guy? Something like that? Like if he wins the brawl?
I mean, Theude doesn't really have a clear play here.
Yeah.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know that you're going to get a better brawl in this
Yeah.
game.
Definitely. There's not going to be many minions on the board anyway.
Oh, that
Eh,
sucks.
Yeah,
The worst one survives, so that's kind of a bummer.
indeed. Well, I mean, throw it on the Armor Smith. Maybe he'll be... Well, no, he has
There's
heal, so that's
yeah,
stupid.
he's gonna heal it up every turn. Like,
Yeah.
that's why he actually killed at 5-1. It's like 5-5 before as well, because he wanted to get rid of get out of the range of execute, right? So
Yeah, that-
he'll keep that in mind.
This is pretty minor, but I don't like the Armor Smith player since it just dies to the 5/5.
Yeah.
And this is not a race because you're at 39 health.
No, certainly not. I guess it prevents the priest from healing for a turn, but I don't think that really matters.
I really wonder why he's not equipping the Fire War Axe. I don't know if Theude runs Harrison Jones.
I looked it up. He doesn't have Harrison Jones in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think as well. So,
But Mirrari might not know that. Like, even though I said confidently he doesn't have Harrison Jones, I can't say that I've seen every single card in Theude's deck.
Well, I'm sure you looked at it in the card that's missing.
Right.
The spot that's missing doesn't look like it's a Harrison.
So Shadow Word Def is pretty good here, even though it costs 8 mana. You still clear the board, and you can just
Heal up a little bit more.
And you also have another Shadow Word Def if
Yep.
you need it. So
Yeah.
no
Yeah, he's in
worries there.
fantastic shape. It's hard to imagine him going down at this point.
On the other hand, like Warrior still has a lot of HP, right?
Yeah, but he can only draw. Well, he could only draw 1 card a turn.
Oh my
he can
god!
only
If this
play
is
1
gonna
threat
be
a turn.
Cabal Shadow Priest, this is gonna be game. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
What is it?
Like I mean, from the card
would've been good.
standpoint. that
Oh
would be,
wow,
like,
he
really
has
strong.
Pyromancer, and he might have pulled off something cool with like Pyro, Shadow Madness, but
Oh,
no, that's not worth it
yeah.
here. Not worth it here.
Not worth it, yeah, definitely. You just keep pushing on Madness when you actually need it. Shield Block is probably gonna be played. He needs to dig for something good.
Yep.
Execute is
Yeah.
not gonna help. Go
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, especially at a life total like that, he is going to get a lot of value out of this card. Wow.
Okay, we still got a game here.
Yeah, we do. That's almost like drawing 4 cards or something.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And good for him that the Cabal Shadow Priest comes a turn late.
yeah.
Indeed.
And I don't know if actually Mirrari knows if Theude plays double brawl. I think Do you know? Like, does any of you casted Theude's game?
Yeah, I casted it. I don't think he plays double brawl.
Yeah,
if
I
recall.
looked up his game in great detail. I also don't believe he has double brawl.
Okay. So
Yeah, there's only a few double brawlers.
I've actually
6,
asked a lot of the players at this tournament what they think about this double brawl thing, and the overwhelming majority response I got is it's trash.
I actually think it's pretty good, in my opinion. Because if you're not gonna ban Warlock, double brawl is good against any Warlock. Like it's great against Handlock, it's great against Zoo. So I think actually double brawl is fine. But let's get back to the game. So we see Sylvanas to be killed here, and Theude is pretty healthy, and that Gorha is gonna pull some weight.
Certainly is. I feel like I would armor here. Like that. What a weak
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
not
you
to
play
play.
the Alex
but-
Straza.
You think so?
When else are you going to play it? I mean, I guess to heal yourself out, but in this game, if you're in need of healing yourself out, you're dead anyways, so
But
might as well play this.
The thing is, he has like a lot of pressure on the board, and you're using a Gorhal every turn. So I thought you might want to heal yourself eventually with it, and it doesn't affect his health at all. So it's like,
That's kind of true.
Yeah, but on the other hand, actually, when you think about it, Theude knows that Mirrari cannot heal his minions right now, right? So those executes actually can be played now, since he gets rid of that, right? So maybe come to play as well. Spellbreaker.
That's a whiff.
Like 10 turns too late.
something like
Wow.
that.
All right, do you kill the Akanai or the Pyromancer here?
The Akanai represents more damage.
I mean,
You could also just kill both.
yeah, I think
That's true.
actually, in my opinion, at this point, you want to play Gromar Shell Scream. I mean, if your opponent is gonna mind control you, I mean, bummer. But you kind of need to win this game right now. And both Shadow Word Devs were played already. So I think actually playing the Gromar Shell Scream is the correct play here. Just kill off one of those two men.
Yeah, right now he's mousing over the opponent's deck, 8 cards left. So he's like, well, there's 4 cards in his hand, 8 cards in him, and then he has to consider the events of the game. How likely is it for him to have the mind control?
Well, for sure he has to kill the Pyro if he does this.
No, I mean, he actually has to kill both of those minions.
Yeah, I would say.
With the weapon or execute.
Well, definitely at least one execute, right?
Yeah.
If he right now he's thinking, okay, worst case, he's got the mind control. He steals my 10 attack Gromish, and he's got the Fiery War Axe, so he can deal 13 to me. So I live, even if he's got the mind control. And if he steals it, then I execute. Maybe we're still good.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, no. I mean, if he steals it,
You're not
yeah,
dead.
you go down
You're
to 1.
1 damage of lethal.
Maybe we're still good.
Maybe.
I'm thinking no. All right, let's see what it is.
Oh my god! That sub deck! Wow!
That's painful.
That's really painful. I mean, you probably still keep the weapon, in my opinion. Maybe don't even. I guess it doesn't matter. But we will see the execute being played here.
It's too bad you didn't have a circle of healing. Or
You know, he's actually still good because he can armor up each turn, and Holy Nova is only 2 damage.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not going to Holy Nova, I don't think. He's probably...
Right.
Well, if you were to play a minion with 3 attack or less, so it would be, that would be the end of it.
Oh boy.
I think you have to play a Spellbreaker here, like 100%.
Right, because if he plays anything, you need your
just-
Spellbreaker to kill it.
Exactly.
Well, you actually have Shield Slam Execute. That's not
That's
the
true.
most effective thing, but... Warrior comes back and wins this. Oh my god.
That would be crazy. I mean,
Feeling? That's a whiff.
Let me change your
yeah, be really crazy. So I think like he can take it slowly now. The weapon is not gonna be useful much. Alexstrasza was
certainly
already
not.
played, and Belcher is a good play. But on the other hand, there's
my
Shadow
God.
Madness in
boy.
hand.
Oh, that's so painful.
It's a trap. Okay.
Yeah. It's a
Now
trap.
here's the good news. Theude has moused over the opponent's deck, and he knows that somewhere in that deck is a Shadow Madness. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see whether or not he has the insight to not play Sledge Belcher here.
Wow. That would actually just end the game. He has to wait till he's at higher health, right?
Right. It's kind of a waiting
Because
game.
he's only going to go up to 5, and that would kill him.
On the other hand, if he doesn't play the Sledge Belcher and the opponent plays any minion, then he's almost dead.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Execute. All right.
So does he play the Belcher?
Oh, he's going to not play the Belcher.
Wow, that's a hard play to make, but yeah.
That's really impressive play.
Like you alluded to earlier, these players know each other's decks.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna be a strong pickup now because
Oh.
you cannot actually just armor up and shield slam.
Oh,
because
here we go.
That's it.
you must play it. You
have
must
to.
play it.
Yeah,
like,
armor up.
you have to actually hit the Alkanai with it, and that's your only chance to win this game.
That's right. But you actually have a chance to win this game now.
That's actually pretty huge. I mean,
Yeah,
as you already said,
50%.
Artos, is like if Warrior wins this game, like
It's crazy.
Praise
It's just
Ragnaros.
Well, Rag has done some funny stuff. Like, we have a lot of games being decided just by a 50-50 Rag shot this
I mean,
tournament.
that's Savit's Ragnaros.
Oh
and
my
Schnapp-
God.
Oh.
Okay.
Here we go. Armor up and praise the Ragnaros.
He has to
See
hit
it.
Akanai.
He has to do it.
Some good RNG for Mirrari, and this means he wins another game, so he's up 3-1 right now.
Wow. Mirrari looking poised to go into that final.
Depends on what your opponents are. Like right now, the unfortunate thing is he's got 2 decks he's favored against and 1 deck he's unfavored against, which makes it a tough road, but not impossible.
Yep. All right. If he draws a circle, his hand is pretty insane. A Catball Shadow Priest can't steal
boy.
a cloaked guy, can it?
No, he cannot.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay, that hand just improved a bit.
Yeah.
But
Do
we've got
innervate though. I mean,
Right.
it's like your other turns are turn 4, turn 5.
The thing is, it'll grow past anything that can kill it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if this game goes long at all, you can just like almost one-shot the priest no matter what, right? If you're
Yeah.
really patient and your hand doesn't suck and you don't have to use it.
Yep. But as I've said in the past, I'm a fan of playing on curve, and in this
That
case, you have
curve
a
just
3-5-6.
goes to hell.
Yeah, you have a 1-5-6, or you have a 3-4-5. And I am
Oh, actually, at
better
this
3-4-5.
moment, like to play the shade last time would be actually better now because since you got another shade.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but unfortunately, you can't see the future.
Exactly.
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
I would love to just have him rule the world because he can see the future.
be some cool techs. You have like some machine. You can see the future. You know, like you know what
Huh.
decks you should actually pick for the tournament.
Point Blade Master.
All right, I guess he just wants to get this out as quickly as possible to heal.
Yep.
And this is actually gonna be pretty like important right now because Mary will be able to heal it, and that means that he's gonna be able to draw some cards. And as a priest, you really want cards like in this matchup even more than in any other matchup.
I think he's considering here maybe.
Do the claw. Yeah,
in
definitely.
taunt mode, you
Oh.
think, and then hero power plus that to kill the
I actually don't think he thinks about taunt mode. I actually think he
charge into the cleric. Yeah, charging
Yeah,
cleric
that's
seems really good actually. Now that I think about it, like even if you heal this up, it's going to die to hero power. So
Exactly.
It seems like actually a far superior play to these shades, even though it might bring him off curve a little bit. Trump.
Hey, cleric number 1. You kill the cleric,
Yeah.
especially if there's an injured Blade Master out.
Yeah.
And that's what actually happens. Like, I mean, this is actually much superior play, as we said. Like, you will get rid of that heal, that draw potential, right?
Right.
And that's what you actually essentially want to do.
The big problem with this, the priest is happy to do so. This druid is going to have to give up his wrath. Could draw a card with it. Looks like he's going to in order to better get his curve out. He's going to try to fish for a 5 here. Hey,
gets it.
nice.
There you go. Well done.
So Murray's hand is not really exciting at the moment. Like, he can maybe play Alkanai, but he doesn't really want to. Let's see what he draws.
Yeah, if he doesn't draw anything, he's got to drop the
Yeah.
Alkanai though. You can't
Okay.
just.
And getting the Sludge Belcher is nice. They can, Akanai can hide behind it. Decision point for the druid. Is he going to charge it or taunt it? Probably taunt because charge would die to the Akanai.
Yeah, it's just bad. I think, as you said, Druid Claw, probably in taunt mode here.
Other choices.
Thing is-
Shade. So, nah, he can play 2 Shades next turn, right? Wow.
Oh, he's surprising us right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
it
is-
actually.
Oh, he wants to maybe charge it next turn, or
Okay.
Interesting.
huh? Well, that's not going to work.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Yeah. And if I'm correct,
Hey, Sylvanas is good here, though. Opponent's got stuff out.
I don't really like. I still don't like the shade here from the last turn. Maybe I'll be. Maybe I'm wrong. You know.
It was a very creative play. That's to be certain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it wrong though.
Definitely. Like those players know their decks a lot. And I mean, Theude was playing Druid really well. I think he was at BlizzCon qualifier. He went 5-0, mainly with Mage, and also with Druid as well. So he knows what he's doing, definitely.
Yeah.
That's actually something to say as well. Like maybe even though those players are not as well known.
Yeah.
But for example, both of those players were at the BlizzCon qualifier, and Theude actually made it with score of 5-0, and he actually couldn't attend the DreamHack
Yeah.
because of his heart issues. And Mirrari at the DreamHack qualifier went for
Innervate picked up. Like, look at those draws in a row. Force of Nature, Savage Draw, Innervate.
Holy
This is
crap.
crazy.
Is this a time to do it?
I don't think so yet.
No, not. I feel like if you can just deal with this Belcher.
All right, but you
You're
can
just
deal with the
gonna-
Belcher so well with Force of Nature. Like, let's see.
Actually, no.
Savage
Like
Roar.
you have to always overkill it.
Yeah, it's because
Right.
of the 5 health. It's like a little bit
And then you have to
annoying.
overkill the Ooze as well.
No, you don't have to overkill the Ooze. You can kill it with your passive.
I think
with
he
your
can
face.
like
Right.
kill him so soon if he just kind of like he could go. He could play this guy keeper. He can play the keeper and the little cloak dude and deal with this Belcher this turn, and then next turn just kill him.
But the problem with that play is Circle of the Healing.
Yeah, I guess he has to kill
Yeah.
the other one. So maybe silence the Belcher and kill the Auchenai with the Sylvanas.
Yeah, I like
and
it. I love it much
and
better.
play the cloak guy, and that's it. Like you're.
Yeah, all right.
Seems like that's what he's
Yeah, and
maybe
that's
going
like
to do.
that's like
He
pretty.
can also kill.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
This is
Oh,
so
no.
greedy, and this will punish him so much.
Yeah. Wow. He knows what's coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
The insta attack.
You
Runway
actually attack
Belcher,
Belcher,
yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
And that was a mistake. Mistakes were made.
Oh, I think actually you want to heal.
Yeah. 19. Like, look at him. He was playing 2 cloak guys. He silenced your Belcher and went to your face. That's
Yeah.
an obvious heal.
That would be getting your like the eyes were too big for the head there.
Yeah.
Oh hey, but the opponent is going to be left at 14, so that's pretty
Oops.
much going to force a heal from the priest.
Yeah. And in fact, he doesn't have a good way to deal with this, so it doesn't matter. And
Wow.
he's dead, unless this is a Belcher.
Wait, did he have that Druid Claw in his hand?
I think-
Yeah, he had the
yeah,
Druid
yeah,
Claw.
yeah,
First
yeah,
card.
he had it, he
Okay,
had
well I
it.
guess this was his backup plan then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. And that's it.
Yep.
Force Nature Savage Roar combo and maybe come back with a Druid.
Yeah, it absolutely
Yep.
is a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Here. Okay. I don't think he'll miss. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but the hero power being used over there, I almost feel like, maybe the plays are a little bit quick in this series. It's kind of
I really wonder what he decides to go with. And he straight up
Oh.
goes for Warlock.
Yep.
okay. I mean, I can't really fault someone for this, even though I'm a strong believer in going like when you're trying to kill the very last deck, you go with your worst matchups first, in my opinion. But this is fine. Like this, he should be a little bit favored here if there's no BGH in there for sure.
Right. Well, the good news for Theude here is as Mirrari rustles his hand, he's very unhappy with it. It doesn't have
Yeah,
anything.
that's a pretty garb hand, but luckily for him, there's
There we
not
go.
any Excel over there.
And there's the Mountain Giant.
I wonder if it's a tell that Mirrari like hovered over it for a moment. It's like, oh, I'm happy. All right, and that's not a good start from the Druid either.
no, it
Hero
is not.
ability.
No Wild Grow, no Innervate, nothing really exciting.
He's got a dilemma here. Does he coin chill into Yeti?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you have to. And the nice thing is if Twilight Drake comes up, Yeti kills it and survives.
Yeah. All right.
And he can also next turn kill the Mountain Giant if he feels like it with a swipe.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
pretty good too.
I figure you have to.
Yeah. And
He can also kill it with the Savage Roar if he's feeling particularly adventurous. Hey, I mean, that's what you do when you don't have the swipe.
yeah, that's true. But he has the swipe, so I don't think he's feeling that. And this is on curve, Trump. I think
is
this
on
is the better
curve.
play.
I agree.
But on the other hand, probably Belcher is gonna coming up. I don't think Twilight Rage is gonna be played here. That Belcher is gonna do some work, I think. But for the future, Twilight Drakes are not gonna be really useful because we see the double keeper in hand, and it might be really important.
Hey, I mean, the good news is the 4-1 is hidden behind the Sludge Belcher.
That's true.
Can't get
That's
to it.
actually really annoying.
So
This is like a
I think a tap Twilight Drake is in order here.
yeah. That seems to be the case. Like
Earlier,
that's really annoying actually for Druid. You know,
Yeah.
unless he has a Wrath in hand, then this is a pain.
Yeah, but then if he gets the Wrath, he still want to Wrath kind of with the Twilight Drake. I mean, this is really annoying, definitely. So there goes the keeper. I'll silence the Twilight Drake. And yeah.
your ability to finish off the Belcher.
Yeah, now the Twilight Drake can run right into that.
Yeah, and
Or
here's
even
where,
if he has a shadow. No, he doesn't.
here's where we see the power of the handlock. Handlock with 10 cards in hand. 4,
God.
5, 10. It's just every turn he can tap and then have an answer. Well, in the ideal world. Twilight Drake's still useful. Can even take out the 4-3.
Yeah.
What's actually really interesting to say is that Mirrari runs a Ragnaros in his handlock. It's not really usual at the moment.
I've seen it often.
It used to be often like 2 months ago or something like that, but in my opinion, nothing really.
You know, Ragnaros has like kind of been the card of the tournament.
Yeah.
It shores up some funny matchups too.
All right, looks like he's going to do... Which one was that? A 5, I think.
I think it's low tap, yeah. I think it's low tap. Yep.
Unfortunately, has too many cards to tap. Oh, first world handlock problems.
Yeah,
First world
seriously.
problem. I wish I had more cards. Less cards.
What do
So
you
this
want
is
to go
not
with here?
really-
The Spectral?
I think Spectral might be good.
Seems pretty
Yeah.
good. Like, removing the Spectral is actually kind of a pain when you just have Loatheb out.
Exactly.
All right, but
And actually, the Talnos is really important here because you cannot really play Ragnaros now, right?
right, wow, good
Yeah,
point.
that's true. Wow, really good play. This is
Well, you can now. You can now with a Soulfire.
Oh, are you going to Soulfire
Yeah,
Thalamus?
you-
The 2-3.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay,
you
yeah.
Soulfire the 2/3, run into the 1/1.
Yep,
Seems like that's what he decides to do, and I think it's actually a pretty good play here because this means that if you hit that Spectral Knight, you're gonna get so ahead,
Yeah.
and even if you don't, like, it's still kind of fine. You're
Ugh.
not really close to lethal yet,
Ragnaros Unchained.
not hitting what he needs to,
Well, if the Druid does not take care of Ragnaros now, there's going to be 2 Ragnaroses, so...
and taunted Ragnaros as well.
Oh my god.
Well, probably not taunt, because there's Black Knight in this deck.
Yeah, he's at 22 health.
Oh, well...
Coming to
okay.
turn 9, if your Ragnaroses don't hit stuff they need to hit,
All right.
I think you actually, yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen if he... Yeah, okay.
Oh god, is he going to go into it with his face?
And I would actually maybe
He is,
consider
isn't he?
Shade. I would actually consider the Shade here.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you see Ragnaros on board, and you're gonna have 9 mana next turn, and you already have Savage Roar, so you might actually
Yeah.
need that 5 more damage, right?
Okay.
To actually kill something.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, look at this board from the Druid side. It's like, I got a 4-1, I got a 2-2. You know, I got my face. Ragnaros doesn't matter too much. But little does he know. Oh, no. Almost.
Almost, but not really. Can't really play it on Spectral Knight. A little better. I would say a little better Fairy Dragon, right?
Well, why not Ragnaros
And
again?
of course the taunt, yep.
But it's actually kind of scary if everything hits face. But what
What
are
if
the
he
odds,
wins
right?
if everything hits face?
No, he
Well,
doesn't.
it's only
He's
16.
One nerf.
Oh, right, no Force of Nature.
Yeah,
well, I
yeah.
mean, I wonder if he drew the Force of Nature. Oh, VGH. Oh, wow, he does run VGH in this deck.
All right, that is
really good.
definitely very important.
Can clear both of those Ragnaroses.
Yeah, 3 plus. Okay, 6, 9. No.
Yeah, he can. Like, he
enough.
can
Yeah,
swipe
yeah.
one and BJH the other one.
That's-
And he runs the
Seems like the only
Yeah.
play.
Right, you leave the Sun Fury up, but hey, at least it's not
Better Ragnar's than this. Like, definitely he would rather have, like, Swipe, I mean, Breath or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's thinking about a Sylvanas daring play. You play the Sylvanas,
Ooh.
and then you hope Ragnar's hits Sylvanas, and then you hope to steal Ragnar. Probably too much
I think
of a parlay.
that's a little bit too much.
That's-
Like, he knows that there's only one owl left in the deck, but
Right.
still, you can't do that. That's just crazy. No, that's crazy!
Oh my
boy.
god.
Well, I guess he's playing to win, but is this more to win? Like, he still can get into the
Ooh.
combo and stuff. Oh, wow. Wow.
It's hard to say whether or not that is the best play, but it's certainly a creative one.
I would say there's balls deep play. I would say it that way.
I think you're definitely going to play that Earthen Ring this turn.
All right, field's loaded up.
Attack face. I don't know if I even want to kill that. I think I want to leave that
Right.
as another target.
Oh, that's probably a mistake.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
ouch.
Good hit. Good hit.
All right, let's see here.
Okay, you probably want to try to max. Oh, you can wrath your own Sylvanas, or you can keep your own Sylvanas and then send it into the. Wait, which came
Like,
into
you could
play
kill
first?
that off.
Okay, Sylvanas
yeah,
came
you
into play
can go this Hero Power Wrath and Sylvanas into that, right? And
Oh yeah, you
then
guaranteed
you
steal a
can
Sylvanas.
guarantee steal a 8/7 taunting rag. That's pretty
That's
good.
good. Unfortunately, the opponent's.
I guess that
but
was a
hey,
good
that's really
commentary. I'm like pointing to cards on the screen and saying it.
Hey, that would be awesome observer mode.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
It's like you get to see the Artosis hand come into the game and point to the cards where they want to go. So you attack into this Belcher.
You swipe.
You swipe the 3/3.
Uh-huh.
And you hero power the slime, and
Right.
then you wrath your own
Wrath your own.
Sylvanas,
Or
and
keep her.
bam. Yeah, I guess you could keep her. But I
Keeper's good.
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to play
Yeah,
Savage Roar with
you
it.
have Savage Roar.
Yeah.
Might as well.
go for it. Sounds good. That is a pretty sick play right there.
Yeah, he sees it, he's going for it, and let's see what he decides. If he decides for the Keeper or the Wrath. I think actually Keeper is better, as Temp said, but Wrath is really good as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. The keeper is better, but I guess it's another silence, right?
Yeah, I mean, now I look at it, Keeper is only one minion.
Well, he has a Black Knight. Thank God for that, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like, even though he has... No, actually, he's on 16, so it's fine.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
No problem.
But he needs something. He needs something to get back in the game. Like,
Hey, tapping is usually good.
yeah.
Yeah, if he's going to play the taunt, he has to tap.
Oh, is he too
And he
scared to
shoulda-
tap here?
What?
Wow.
He's scared. He's
I feel
afraid.
like if you're going to play that taunt, you absolutely have to tap.
Yeah, you're behind a taunt. Are you never going to tap again? Because this was your free moment to tap.
Yeah.
And you don't have any... Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Me neither. Like,
thing
he
is,
has
he's still going to
double
probably
multi-giant.
be behind it next turn. And, I mean, anything big that comes out, like, obviously you're going to be seeing lures and stuff from here on out. He has 2 Siphon Souls, so... Yeah, that was a miss on the tap, I think. Like his hand doesn't do anything. How does he win this game with that hand?
Right.
Drawing 1 card a turn?
Definitely. And there are still double Molten in deck, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
you want to draw into them as soon as possible, and you want to draw into your Jiraxes, like
Yeah.
your good stuff.
Oh, Ragnar. Oh, right. That's the special flavor of Theude's deck. He runs the Ragnar's, which is extremely unusual in this deck.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of special sauce innervate.
Innervate.
Not useful now, but could be extremely useful coming up.
So you'll definitely see the top here, tap here. I mean, unless it gets something much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was going to tap this turn, why wouldn't he tap last
Right.
turn, though?
Definitely.
And then he actually could have tapped this turn as well, to be
That's
honest.
right.
And then he could have yet another card in hand to have a much better plan, but enough of that.
Okay. Access to 12 mana this turn.
So do you go both deep Ragnar's?
You're at 11
think
right
so.
now.
I don't think so. You
You've
cannot
you've seen
multi-jumps.
1 Soulfire.
Right.
That is 6 damage. So yeah, you're still like pretty well. Everyone does play at least 1 Hellfire. Like, but that's. I mean, you're putting on 2 specific cards. He probably has 1 of. So I don't know about.
Yeah, you probably feel like you are about to be... You know, one of the other things
I feel
is-
like I have 2 turns basically.
I would feel like I have 1 turn because the opponent chose not to tap at us time. So he feels confident in his hand winning the game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, makes sense, yeah.
He's like, I have everything. I'm going to play super safe against the combo.
All right, that's fair. I
So
think
this is
digging
a
here
really
fine.
scary moment.
Yeah, I think he might end up playing the taunt.
Yeah, maybe I go to the Claw tap.
Yeah.
He still can do it because of the Innervate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually, that's really nice. That like will totally stabilize him. Oh, we're getting close.
Double Savage Roar, where's the force of nature? I mean, we've seen it from Echo, right? The DreamHack like summer.
Yeah.
He played like 3 times, like Force of
he's
Nature,
debating
Savage
between the two.
Roar.
Oh,
He's
boy.
going for it.
If this hits the face, it could be disastrous from his perspective.
Definitely.
Because
hit
the
this
Moltons.
He's hovering
There we
over the
go.
Black Knight.
Oh,
And he
no.
hits the Fate. Is this a lethal? I think so, right?
No,
No.
no.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Wait.
4.
That's
No,
that's
it's not.
5.
It's 1
8.
Wait, it is.
No,
4,
it is
6.
lethal. It is lethal. That's what I
wait,
said.
That's good.
You defend of Argus and you
6.
Hellfire.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
exactly the lethal. So
Oh,
this
my
means Mirrari gets to the finals. Oh my god, what
Pretty
a series.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez. Well.